we are also created a model called HR management model. Let me open our HR management model. But here I have not created anything, right? So suppose if you expand here, okay, we cannot see anything because it is empty. Now we will create all these things, I mean here in this area. Now we will start creating our objects. Now in this model, I'm going to start creating objects. Now first of all, I just want to create my table, this table in this particular model. Now right click on the project. Now you can see there are many options here like build. Okay, I'm introducing the properties of the project. Okay, when you right click on the project, there is a build, rebuild option, and there is a option called add. Okay, and start set as a startup project and debug, and there is a cut, paste, remove, rename, and there are a properties window. Everything is there. So these properties are we will use frequently. Now I would like to add new table into my project. Now go to the add option. There is a new item. Click on new item. Now see here, there is a Dynamics 365 items. In the left hand side there is a data model. Now you can see there is a table option. Tables are resides under the data model node. Now you can give the name as EMP table. Give the name as EMP table. Now when you click on add button, automatically system will add that EMP table into your project. See here, table has been added. And you can observe something here, a folder also created. Folder also created because of this option. Because of this option, organize projects by element type. You are saying that organize my project objects by element type. I have created table, right? So that's system understands that okay, you are creating table, so that I need to create a table folder, and I need to show that in the specific folder itself. Otherwise we need to create a folder manually and I need to drag the table into that particular folder. So that's what I have selected that option initially. Okay, fine. Now successfully I have created a table called EMP table, and now you can see there is a properties window here. Suppose if it is closed unfortunately, okay, suppose the solution explorer closed unfortunately, okay, what I need to do? Suppose this is also closed unfortunately. Everything is available in the view menu. Now you can open solution explorer. Okay, now you can open the properties window. Now you can open the again designer area. I mean, if you click on open button, this is called designer area, because all the development will do in this area only. Totally we have 4 sections will be there, like one more section is there like output window here like this. This is designer area. Okay, this is output window. Output window, I mean output window in the sense, suppose if you've done any mistakes, so everything will be stated here. Okay, result kind of thing. This is a solution explorer. Okay, solution explorer, and this is properties window. Suppose if the windows not fitted correctly, what you need to do? There is a Windows option is there. Here there is a reset window layout option is there. Okay, when you click, see automatically it will adjust like this. Okay, now I have selected the EMP table in the designer area. Now automatically you can see there is a properties. There is a properties. You can see these are the properties of your table. Okay, one by one we will discuss whenever we required. Okay, for properties and all. Now coming to the table. Now here, when I'm creating table, I have given the name called EMP table. The table word I have used because it is a table. Perform whenever we are creating a form, don't use the form word when you are creating a form. But when you are creating a report, use the report name. That is fine. But form, don't use the form name, form word. For table, you are using table. That is fine. And here, use the best practices in terms of naming conventions. Here, I have given E letter, capital letter, T letter, capital letter. I have not given all the capital letters. I have not given all the small letters. Okay, just maintaining camel casing so that everybody can understand. Suppose if the table name is very big, so that it will be readable format. Every object name should be written like this. First letter should be capital letter. Okay, that's it. Now coming to the table, and you have created this table in HR management model, right? Now again, if you go to the model management, if you expand the data model tables, you can see EMP table has been created in your model. And if you switch to classic view, data model, tables, and you have created EMP table, right? You can see there is a EMP table which is belongs to HR management model. Simply, no need to add specifically into your AOT. Automatically, it will be added. Whatever you are doing here, if you are creating 100 objects will be added in your AOT in your particular model itself. Okay, now coming to the EMP table. In EMP table, there are several nodes are there, like fields, field groups, indexes, full text indexes, relations, delete actions, state machine, mapping, methods, events. And here, the one thing, we cannot add one more node. These nodes like 3, 4, 5, 10, totally 10 nodes are there. We cannot add 11th node. That is not possible. And we cannot delete or we cannot hide anything. If you don't want to use it, leave it like that. But you cannot do any alterations on the particular nodes structure. Now here in the fields, we will add columns. Now here there are 6 columns I have added, like 6 fields, like employee ID, name, age, date of birth, like phone number, address. These are the fields. Now these 6 fields I need to create in this particular fields node. Now before going to creating the fields, first of all we need to discuss about the data types concept. Okay, now when you right click on the fields, you can see the list of data types like string, integer, real, date, time, UTC date time, enumerator, container, guide, and int64. Totally 10 data types are there. In 10 data types, like what exactly is string, integer, real, and all, we will discuss right now. Okay, coming to the string. String contains like alphabets. Okay, I'll state it down here. Okay, for example, it is a string. In strings, like alphabets plus numbers plus special characters. Example, like for example, E 0001 underscore 2020 or 2021. Okay, in this particular number, E letter is there. Okay, number is there, underscore symbol is there. So 3 things satisfied. When you have a requirement of this kind of a data in your field, so absolutely you need to prefer a string. For example, I need to create employee ID. Definitely I need to choose string field. Don't go for integer. Okay, now coming to the integer. Integer only numbers. Like minus 214 minus 2 147 483 647 2 plus 2 147 483 647. So this is the range. Up to we can able to add, up to we can able to give the numbers. This is the minimum range and that is the maximum range. -2, 143, 147, 483, 647, like that. That will be available in the Microsoft website. You can check it. Okay. So only numbers and plus -2 plus this one. Like real also, when you go for just a second. When you go to the real field, real also only like point values like a 3.5, 3.25, 1.4, like that, point values, 0.5, like that. And what are the remaining data types? String, integer, real, date. Date is like a month, date, year format. Time is hours, minutes, seconds format. UTC, date, time, combination of date and time. In a single column, I can able to store date and time at a time. Enumerator. Enumerator is a concept of creating a checkbox, radio button, like a combo box. These three things we can able to create by using enumerator. So this container, GUID, int64, we will discuss later point of time. Okay. Meanwhile, we will now I'm creating fields in the employee table. Now clicking on the string column. Okay, string column. Now you need to go to the properties window, and here you just need to change the name here. Okay, remove the field string 1 and I'm entering the EMP ID. And here also I'm following the camel casing, like E letter, capital letter, I letter, capital letter. Okay, and I'm creating one more column, name. Next column is name, right? Next column is name. I'm creating name. Again, I'm choosing string. Okay, here only I'm changing the name. Like if you press F2, automatically system will allow you to rename like this. Or else you can right click. There is a rename option will be there, rename option. Or else you can change here only directly. No need to go to the properties window. Like age. Okay, now tell me age. Which field I need to choose? Real or integer? Age column. Real or integer? Suppose if you take unfortunately wrong data type, in future you cannot change it. Please remember. For example, you have selected integer data type for age. In future, you got a requirement to enter point values in the age column. Then what you will do? You cannot migrate the data type from integer to real. That is not possible. So when you are choosing the data type, you just need to understand the requirement of future also, and you just need to decide the data types. Data types cannot be migrated in future. If you choose the wrong data type, gone. Okay, now here based on the requirement, for example, it is the employee project. In employee project, we will not store point values for age. For example, if it is a hospitality management project, definitely we will go for real. For example, baby age 1.3, baby age 0.9, 9 months. 9 months, how we will store in the system? 0.9, right? If it is a hospitality project, you should take real for storing the age values. If you choose integer, definitely you will be corner. You cannot store point values. That's what I'm telling you. You should understand the future requirement also while you are choosing the data types. Okay, now I'm choosing integer here for age. Now I'm going to choosing date data type for date of birth. Date of birth. Okay, DOB. For example, if you are providing any shortcuts like a date of birth. Okay, DOB, like a date of joining, DOJ, rate of interest, ROI. You should provide all caps. Okay, and now phone number string. I'm choosing phone number string. Phone. Why phone number string? Phone number contains special characters, plus symbol, bracket symbol, and also if you think one step ahead, phone number is not a calculated field. Only we will store the phone number in the system itself, right? We cannot do any arithmetic operations on the phone number. Then why we need to go for integer? If it is a calculated field, then you can go for integer or real. That is fine. But phone number is not a calculated field. We cannot apply any arithmetic operations like plus or minus, divided by, like multiplications. We should not do anything, right, on the phone number itself. Only we need to store the phone number in the system itself. That's it. Then string is better, and also string is flexible. Even you can enter plus value, plus symbol, bracket symbol. In US phone number we have a plus symbol will be there, bracket symbol will be there, all the things will be there, so that phone number is always a string. Now, like address also string. And for every string column, for every string field, system will give you by default size 10 characters. But address, I cannot store 10 characters, right? Address needs minimum like 200 to 300 characters. Then you just need to enter the value here. For example, I need 60 characters. You just enter 60. Phone number. Okay, if you are expecting 10 characters, you just need to leave it the 10 characters. Like name, okay, 10 characters. Like employee ID, 10 characters. For only string, we can adjust the size, and the maximum size should be 99,999 characters. 1 lakh minus 1, up to we can able to store the data. We can able to store the characters. 5 nines, 9999. Now successfully we have created a table, and after that, after creating your field, first you need to save the table. There is a save option here. You just see here, there is a save option, or else you just right click and select the table, and there is a save button. Just click on the save button. See here, when you observe something here on the EMP table, there is a star mark. That means table not yet saved. In 2012 project, in 2012 application, a red line mark will be there like this. A small red mark will be there like this beside the table, like this. Okay, so that we can understand easily. Okay, we have not saved the table like that, but here system is showing a star mark. System is showing a star mark here, so that we should understand, okay, we have not saved the table. When you click on here, star mark gone. Okay, now you can just click on 2 to 3 times. Okay, now I would like to see this table. I would like to open this table. I have created 6 columns, right? ID, name, age, date of birth, address, phone number, and all. I want to open this table. How? Like if you right click, there is no option to open the table. I mean, here there is a option called open table browser. Only we can open this table in the browser itself, not here in the Visual Studio. We cannot open the table and we cannot see the columns technically here. We can able to see the table in the browser only. Okay, when you click here, it will open, but it will not open right now because the table not synchronized with the SQL server. If you go to SQL server and if you check the table name with the EMP table, the table will not be there because we have not synchronized. Just we have saved the table, that's it. The table saved in Visual Studio only right now. Now what I need to do, when right click on the project, go to the properties. Okay, here there is a synchronize database option is there, right? Make it yes. Make it yes. Synchronize database on build, make it yes. Apply. Okay, now start build. If you build the project, what will happen? We'll see. If you build the project, system is doing some operations here. You can see system is doing some operations. Once it is built, I'll tell you what exactly system has done when you click on the build. Just wait for 5 to 10 seconds to build the project. If your system configuration is really good, your project will build in less than 30 seconds. Mostly my system is taking like 30 to 45 seconds in between. Okay, see here, build completed. You can see this statement at the last. It has done in the 84333 milliseconds. And what exactly system has done when you click on the build? Okay, scroll up and start seeing these particular things. Like metadata validation has done. Metadata validation in the sense, metadata in the sense like objects, like a EMP table and whatever the objects we have in the project, that is called metadata. And X++ code validation completed. We have not written any X++ code, but if something is there, that also will validate. Okay, and scroll down and best practice check. I mean, Microsoft has given some best practices like naming conventions, and when you are writing code, you need to provide the header parts like statements, everything that is comes under the best practices, whether you followed the best practices or not. So system also will check if you deviate any best practices things. Okay, that also has checked. And here X++ compilation has done. Label generation and resource deployment started. I mean label generation and resource deployment. Label generation in the sense, labels and resources I have not told you, but I'll tell you in future. Right now you didn't understand if I tell you also. And after that, database synchronization started, because we have selected this option, right? Go to the properties and synchronization on synchronize database on build. I'm telling to the system, synchronize my project along with build. True. I mean, okay, synchronize my project along with build. When you build a project, system will synchronize your project also. If you have created any new tables or if you have updated any tables, that will synchronize with SQL Server when you build a project. Suppose if you make it off, I mean, if you done it, like if you flip to false, if you build a project, so system will not synchronize your object, only it will build. In build process, X metadata validation will be done, X++ code compilation, label generation, resource deployment, and remaining things will be done, but not synchronization. But especially for synchronization, you need to select this option like a true. Okay, and synchronization started, and see here, synchronization completed, like build completed. So these major 5 operations will be done, major 5 operations. Okay, now successfully this object has been built, so that a system will generate XML files in the backend, and so that you need to export this project right now, because you have done build successfully, right? Now you can able to export this project, and you can able to import in another environment after build only. When you build the project, the system will create some XML files in the backend in the project. Now you can able to open this particular table in the browser itself, like open table browser, click on here. See here, we have created a table address with address, age, date of birth, employee ID, name, phone number, and you can see the extra fields like a data area ID, record version, partitioner, and record ID. Only we have created business fields, but along with the business field, system has created these 4 fields by default in your table. Okay, now now I'm creating a new record in this table. Okay, address Hyderabad 27, date of birth. Here you can see the calendar control. Okay, employee ID, I'm giving like E102, name Arjun, phone number, blah blah blah. Okay, now it is taking by default a DAT, because we are in DAT company, right? This table has opened in the DAT company mode, in the DAT company area. Like if you see the URL in the last EMP table and symbol company equal to DAT, so that system automatically taking that company name. I mean, this record is going to be storing against the DAT company. This record belongs to DAT company right now. And when you click on save button, system automatically creates a record ID for you. I mean, record ID for this record. Click on save button. See here, 53, some number has given record ID. This is unique number. This number cannot be duplicated. This number cannot be duplicated. Okay, successfully we have created a table and with fields, and I have told you like how to open the table and all, build process, everything. Okay guys, we'll meet tomorrow, and we'll discuss more about tables concept.